What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 367 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, October 15th, 2025, and this episode is streaming live on a bunch of platforms, including Twitch, X, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm your host, Ken Pescator. That's Adam Tuttle. Adam.
Hey, trainers.
Yo ho ho. What's happening, man?
Yo.
How are you?
I'm okay. Doing all right.
We've had quite a day in the world of Pokemon Go. I can't wait to dig in.
It's a little touch and go.
A little touch and go. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was something. And we're going to dig
Well, it wasn't
into
Pokemon Go. It was touch and go.
It was a little bit Pokemon Touch and Go. That's an expansion. That's the DLC. You got to buy an event ticket for that though. But no, we got plenty to talk about, man. We're going to recap the last week of gameplay, of course, including the Harvest Festival. We had Community Day for Solosis. We have the release of D-Max Bound Suite this week, which was cool. We're going to skip the Halloween of talk until next week because we have some time on that. You know, next Tuesday when we record again, the Halloween stuff kicks off. So we'll talk about Halloween next week, but we're going to focus on the big news this week, which of course is the release of the level 80 rebalancing that did come out today, although it was just kind of a communication mess and expectation mess. And we're going to talk about all that because there was some pretty wild stuff going on online, but we're all very glad that the level 80 update has actually shown up, which is good. Weekly challenges had a very short-lived launch, which was quickly retracted, and I don't know. It's just another
I didn't
failed.
even see it. It was that quick,
dude. It's just another failed product launch. You know, we can't sidestep it. We can't dance around it. Another thing where you're like, how could they possibly test this? How could they not test this? These are questions we'll never know, but they're definitely worth talking about. The Legends ZA event is kicking off tomorrow, and it's kind of like in the calendar here, but really what people are going to be focusing on outside of the level 80 grind is Mega Rayquaza, which is this weekend. So we're going to put together a little raid guide and battle party thanks to Pokebattler and GoHub for that. And then kind of just looking forward, we have the Into the Wild event, which offers both a $4.99 event ticket and its own Go Pass and Go Pass Deluxe. So you have these multiple layers of spending on top of already having monthly Go Passes. You know, look, it's all optional. We've talked about this plenty, but are things getting a little too much? Because the combination of FOMO, the combination of wallet fatigue, event fatigue, all this stuff, all coming at the same time as the level 80 grind, where everyone's going to really want to be out there and playing and all that stuff. So we'll talk about all that good stuff, but let's start with your week. How is life in New Hampshire? How is the weather been? Are you officially in winter? Because in Jersey, it's cold. We're officially in winter. Like it went from 80 to 50.
Like
in like 2 days.
40s. Yeah, it is cold. It's cold.
I'm kind of.
We have the heat on officially.
The heat is on here as well. Yeah. That's a heartbreaking thing.
We still have the AC in just in case. So it's like, the heat's just kind of like escaping through that. But it's like, if it gets hot, which it did at one point, it was like 40 degrees at night, one night. And then the next day it was literally 80 degrees. So I was like, not getting rid of the AC just yet.
Let me tell you the most dad thing I had to deal with this week. Coming home from work, and both the AC and the heater on in the house. I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Why are you like this? I was like, wow. This is why I shut every light off when I leave the room. And I get up in arms. I was like, yo, well, who ran the dishwasher? It is only at like 84% capacity. We could have definitely put more cups in here or something. No, yeah, it's fully cold. And dude, I'm here for it. Like, I hate snow. I don't want snow. I don't want like that kind of winter, but I want jeans and hoodie and a beanie Pokemon Go grinding. That is my jam. I cannot wait for that. I'm very, very excited for that. But like I said, we are streaming this on a bunch of platforms. Shout out to everyone that we have here early. We've got a bunch of people in the chat. Likeable Monster, Seafran, East Met West, Roax is here, Fisher J, Nick is here, Grandpa's here, Xander's here, Ampharos Michael, Stacy P is here, Casa de Cubone, Joe subscribing with Prime for 12 months straight, Leo, Held a Counselor, Karcher Runs, Adam in New Zealand. Yo, there's so many peeps here. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. We can't wait to talk shop about the game today. There's just so much going on, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there because there's so much. Yo, Kate the Cons is here in the chat. Gang. Peeps are rolling
the whole party is here.
Monkey Bread's here now too. They're all showing up, man. This is
no more monkeying around.
No monkeying around. No more. What was that when you fall off the bed and hit your head and all that good stuff. Anyway, how was your week? Did you get any gameplay in over the weekend? Were you able to do any Solosis? Did you how'd you do with apples? Were you
I
on
opened
the apple
game
grind?
and I was able to catch some Solosis.
Nice.
But then I had it on the Go Plus, and that's pretty much where I left it because I did work Sunday, so that makes it very difficult, especially if like my break is at like 1:30 and I open up the game and have it catching whatever Pokemon prior to Community Day.
Okay.
Yeah. So I caught one shiny Solosis. Yeah. I'll have you know.
Okay.
Which is like, all right.
Okay.
I did get several background ones.
You know what? Let's talk about that for a second. So this was the first time that exclusive background Pokemon were in the wild. And if you just said you didn't play that much, but you did get one, right? So
yes.
Were you happy that the odds were so high, like in the catcher's favor, because
I mean, I was mass deleting a bunch and then it was like, oh, there's a special background on this. And I was like, oh, it's a 0-star. Do I really need it? Like, the game is giving us like false storage needs is the only way I can explain it.
They're artificially finding things for you to keep.
The male with the background, the female with the background, the shiny female and the shiny male with the background. Don't forget the exclusive costume one that only comes out once every 2 years. That you need the background for that one too. It's just like, at what point is enough for the collector?
Honestly, I don't think it's ever enough. I think that's the chase. That's the grind, is giving options for people to collect stuff. And that's one of the beauties of this game, is for some people, it is so important to get that shiny background Pokemon or something like that. And to others, it's like, trash them, get out of here. You know what I mean? So it's like, I see what you're coming from, but it has to be a strategy of the more stuff that we make scarce or we make important, the more stuff trainers are going to want to keep, the more stuff they're going to have in their inventory, the more they're going to need to purchase more inventory. I get it. I ain't mad at anybody, but I totally get that. Now, for me, I was able to grind the entire Solosis Day. We had a nor'easter in New Jersey over the weekend. So here on the coast, I'm 5 minutes from the beach. So we got crushed. Just a couple inches of rain in a few hours. The Ocean Avenue going down like Seabright by Sandy Hook in New Jersey. I mean, the whole road was just blown over with sand. It was just covered in sand. Like, it was crazy. Asbury Park got hit hard. And so we couldn't play outside. Shout to Monkey Bread, who attempted to play outside in Red Bank. We call that hard mode when we play in the rain, but this wasn't just regular hard mode. This was like expert mode, because you're dealing with 60-mile-an-hour winds along with like crazy rain. So I think Monkey Bread got like a half an hour in and then met us over at Bell Works in Homedale, which is like 15 minutes from Red Bank. So we got to play indoors. Can't complain at all. There was a cat convention at Bell Works at the time, so it was all good. But I played through the whole day. I think I caught, couple, close to 600, 700 Solosis, something like that. So I mean, I had my head down. I was grinding through the day, and I'll pull up my phone here and just look at these backgrounds. I mean, I got a ton of Solosis backgrounds, shinies included. It's like, well, what do I do with these? Do I need all these? And clearly I don't need them, right? Clearly I don't need them all, but on those days where we have events, the 8-hour events, and like, people are like, yo, these shiny rates are horrible. It's not like a community day where it's 1 in 25. It might be 1 in 60 or something like that. So it's a slower grind for the shinies, but when you get them, you feel something, it's like, it feels good. The backgrounds for me, because they were so common in the wild, it was amazing for everyone in the beginning. They're like, oh my God, backgrounds in the wild. Like, this is a game changer. This is great. And then 2 days later or 2 hours later, it was like, yeah, they're everywhere. There's nothing important. There's nothing exciting about these anymore. Like, this is just stuff I have to hit an extra button to transfer. The exclusivity
of them dwindled pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And, Paulie D in the chat brings up a good point. He says, what happened to the week's worth of Com Day extra ticket? Yeah, they made some changes. We have the difference with.
Yes. Yeah, that was upsetting because that was fun. That was something to look forward to. Kept you logging in and being consistent and intentional about it.
Yeah.
Taking it away kind of felt bad.
I think for the casual player, for sure.
When I saw my incubator, the extra one, go away, it was like, this is your last one.
That's right. I like that they gave us a little summary, though. I didn't do too well.
Yeah, that was nice.
I didn't do too well with it. I think I only hatched
I
think I did like 50 eggs with it or something like that. So it wasn't anything crazy, but I was constantly putting 10Ks, 12Ks in it. I was just like letting it ride, all that stuff. But I just think that we had the loss of the weekly thing. We also had only till 9 p.m. to evolve for the move. And then we also had the lures only lasting 1 hour. So it was a little bit different. But because Solosis stacked with Harvest Festival, we were able to turn Solosis Community Day into like this little apple picking event where everyone brought Mossy Lures and we laid down Mossy Lures the entire event, and everyone got their fill of apples. Everyone got everything they needed. Was able to, put make the buddy, catch the dragons, evolve it all the way up. So it was like, that was a really cool, like double dip. I didn't mind that at all. But I think that all the backgrounds in the wild, if people left with like, playing 3 hours straight, if they left with like 3 extra backgrounds from the wild, I would have thought that was good. But 30, it's just too much. It's just like, it loses its spark. But were you on the apple grind at all? Like, did you throw down any Mossy Lures? I know you have a gym at your job, but do you have a stop too, or just a gym?
I do have a stop. And I did throw it on, but it's one of those, I can't just stare at it. So it being in the wild.
Yeah.
And you had to look at your phone in order to grab it.
Go Plus doesn't get the apples.
Right. So I might have gotten 2 for the Mossy Lure, which really felt bad. And then I just chalked it up to, that one was, that was the free one. So I can't complain.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I was sitting and there was 2 one on each side of me, and I put 2 down and immediately got 2 apples, immediately got 2 more, immediately got 2 more. So that felt good, but I only used 3.
Yeah.
And those are the only intentional ones that I did.
So on Saturday, we actually had Monkey Bread, who's here in the chat, put together a campfire meetup specifically to throw down Mossy Lures and go apple hunting. So we actually got, 10, 15 people together. We went to like one of our old school parks, which is actually in my town, but a park that we used to play at in like 2016, 2017 that we go every so often. But we went there, threw a bunch of lures down, and, I'm sure people in the chat can validate this, but what was weird was there would be like these dead spells where there would be no apples, and then you close the game out, reopen the game, and it's like, oh, every lure has an apple. And I was doing this, close the game, reopen the game on rinse repeat the entire day during community day and the entire time we were out doing the Mossy Lure party. And I was picking up extra apples along the way. And it's like, why do I need to shut the game down and open it back up to get what I want out of this? So I don't know if anyone in the chat or anyone who's listening had experienced that, where there'd be like a very light spattering of apples and then you close the game out, and as soon as you reboot it, it's like, oh, there they are. Like, where have you been all my life? So I definitely noticed that. And I was like, dude, I don't like having to do stuff like that. Like, I'll do it. And I did do it the entire community day and the entire time we were out. But yeah, Grandpa said same as last time. I remember when the apples first came out, I was like a stunad. I played for like 2 hours and I'm like, yo, why am I not getting any apples? And everyone's just like, yo, reboot your game. And the second I did it, it's like, oh, there's apples everywhere. So I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of that, but for Solosis, though, I really enjoyed the grind indoors. This was the first time in a while that we played indoors. So that was nice. It's always nice to have an indoor place as like a backup if you have inclement weather or whatever else going on. So that was pretty cool. And I like that the Harvest Festival kind of went over. We've talked about it before where sometimes when there's event spawns and it overrides a raid day or a community day, it can kind of take away from it a little bit. But because this was really about apple picking and people were throwing lures anyway, it felt very additive. It actually added to the Solosis experience, which I thought was really cool. So I definitely dug that. And then I think that something got screwed up, and it was I don't know if it was because of the whole restart thing, but then they were like, yo, we're going to extend this. And then the apples were showing up way more often, and like things were ramped up in the last day or two. So I don't know. I thought this was cool. I'd like to see them do this with more Pokemon and items. I would like.
Yeah, that's what happened. They wanted everybody to use the free one and then pay for the expensive ones.
Yo, they gave out between the tickets and the paid ticket and the free ticket times research or whatever. Like, everyone had at least one Mossy Lure. So it was like, showing up to the event and there's, 12 stops, 13 stops completely, with leaves falling off them. It was just, it was a sight to behold. It just looked awesome on the map. And, I like that. Everyone felt like they were part of it. And then we were talking about how the lures went from being 3 hours to 1 hour. And a lot of times people have lures they want to give. They want to be part of it. They want to build their picnicker badge, and they could never get a lure down because someone gets there to the lure first. They drop it 3 hours later. The event's over. No one ever does it. So there was this fun little competitive mini game from the community of like, as soon as the lures would die out, it was like people racing to get the next lure up. So that was a lot of fun. But I had a blast. I thought it was really cool. I love the Solosis community day. I thought it was great. And yeah, I mean, it was just like, they also added, XP on top of what we were already getting. So, this was a double XP catch poke, it was a triple dust day. Then they made it double XP for catching, which stacked with Harvest Festival XP. So it was just an incredibly heavy resource day that if you could grind and you were really worried about numbers going up in your game, this was a really good day for it. So very, very cool. And then,
I will say for Solosis, at the end of it, my egg hatched, and I hatched a 100% Treepy. So I immediately powered that up and evolved it.
That's a good one.
So that, to me, that is much better than a Solosis could ever be.
No, that's definitely a good one. Definitely a good one. And we hung around Bellworks after the event and did trades. So it's like the trade day still proving to be an amazing addition to the game and to Sundays in general, because just with the, I think we had 3 special trades on the Sunday. So people were like coming out of the woodwork, just showing up, doing trades and then bouncing. It was just like, all right, this is really cool. This is trade days is awesome. I can't say it enough. So, all right. Very good. Very good. I mean,
this morning I hatched a 100% Rockruff.
Ooh, is it a, what?
No, I either have,
not the cool one.
No, Dusk. Not the cool one. I have. Is it Dusk or Dawn?
That's Necrozma.
That's the middle. Okay. Midnight,
midday,
or morning.
Midday and dusk. Anyway, Anyway, but let's just get into it, man. Let's talk about the level 80 rebalance, and we've been talking about this for a long time. Everyone's very excited about it. I think it's important to, as we start talking about this, remember that this is a rebalance. So a lot of people, when the language that they use to describe it is like, oh, the level increase, the level cap increase. Yes, it's increased. Dusk, thank you, Pogo Tips. It is an increase because we can go up to 80, right? But really, this is a rebalancing of the XP system, of the leveling system. So it's not a direct level cap increase, and that's why we saw people jumping levels. I think my son went from 38 to 43 or something like that. So it's like a lot of people were excited to like open the game and be like, I'm level 50, all that stuff. But when the XP numbers came out last week, it was like, 203 million, really? That's all we need? And it was a little anticlimactic. But what it comes down to is the tasks from level 71. But let me not get ahead of myself. So we didn't know when this was going to happen. We knew it was today. There was various posts over the last week talking about this, dropping, saying, you're going to get your medal for legacy level 50 at midnight on the 14th or leading into the 15th. People were like, oh, well, maybe this starts at midnight so I can go out grinding at midnight and have everything count. That didn't happen. 10 a.m. Pacific time, potential another benchmark of times when things happen in Pokemon Go. Nothing happened. 1 p.m. Nothing happened. So people are just watching the day go by, completely melting down. And look, I don't like to see anyone in agony, right? Like, we don't want to wish pain on anyone, but it was hilarious watching people melt down on Twitter. It was just like, all the rotten stuff you could say about something, they were saying, just like of how bad the communication was. And I'll give them to it. Yeah, it was bad communication, because they were like, here's a clarifying post. And they're like, don't worry, it'll be coming out local time on October 15th. No mention of a time, just the day. It's like, this didn't help me at all. I have further questions. And, we couldn't actually figure it out. But once it finally dropped, it was like the community took a huge deep breath, and they were like, all right, now we can get on with the program. So how was your initial reaction to it all happening?
Lots of screenshots. Very excited about it.
Yeah, it was cool.
But I don't know. In my head, I thought maybe it'd be higher.
The XP?
I don't know. No, just like my level. Because then it's like you see everyone else. That's like, and that's the thing. Looking on socials, for the most part, everybody's content was pretty much the same. It's just level 70, level 70, level 70, level 70. Because it's like, yes, we all play the game. We are all dedicated. We all play the game. So it wasn't like you were seeing anything new. I think what would have been cooler to see is a lot of like, oh, I was 22 and now all of a sudden I'm 40, like. Yeah,
but to be fair, the people that you're seeing in these social circles are the 1% of the game players. You know what I mean? Like, they're the ones that are the dedicated. So I think had you been with the Rochester community with Tri-City, and you see a variance of people's skill
they probably
levels,
all would be at 70.
Oh man, I don't know. I know in Red Bank we've got people that were in the 20s and in the 30s and stuff like that definitely would not have jumped right up to 70. But I got to tell you though, the amount of items, if you had enough XP to jump from 50 to 70, it was an overwhelming amount of items, to the point where Pokemon Go Twitter was being Pokemon Go Twitter for sure. And they were just complaining that they were getting too many free items. That's my favorite. It was just like, they're just trying to make me buy more space.
All right. So no. So listen, okay. I think it's pretty shady. Okay. We got a lot of items. I know we did. I'm not saying that we didn't get them. We did. But for them to have a tag at the top that says 200 coins, increase your bag. Your bag's full. It's like, of course it's effing full. You just gave me like 100 plus berries, 100 plus revives,
Useless
100
items.
just so many items. It's like, of course it's full. I don't ever keep that many berries. I don't ever keep that many revives. Like, stop. I looked at my max revives and my max potions. I'm like, why do I have this many? I only keep like 75 on hand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have like 200 berries. Get them out of here. Throw those away. I don't use those. So, but my first reaction, okay, was like, oh, my bag's full. Like I have the Go Plus. I'm trying to spin stops and like catch Pokemon. So I was like, yeah, like I have 200 coins in my account. I might as well. It's just,
and you're like,
then I realized it's all freaking berries and revives and that I throw away. It was not like that was such a plot to try to get people to buy
it worked.
Storage space.
Clearly worked.
And it worked. But that's pretty shady. I understand that they gave us a bunch of different stuff and it was free. And I think this might be their way of getting something out of it. So it was just felt shady. And that's all I wanted to say on the matter is that it felt shady. Why? Like, first, again, why do I need 200 freaking pineapple berries? Why? Yeah. Who said that was what everyone in the game wanted? I need 900 berries. Come on, let's go.
So some feedback from the chat. East Met West saying, oh yeah, he's 1,000 items over the cap. Believe me, I think a lot of people are in that boat. Leo said the Master Ball at level 70. If you were able to hit level 70, extra Master Ball, that was a nice surprise. C-Fran saying, but wait, they gave us 150 extra spaces. Yes, they did give us some spaces. That's the little, pat on the back, like, don't worry, little Billy, things will be fine. Oops, all berries, Fisher J says, and they ramped up berries from Pokestops over the last week. So my berry inventory has just been stupid. Like, at one point, like, I wasn't paying attention. Of course, I have a huge bag too, giggity. But I'm looking, I had like 300 something berries. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, well, this is ridiculous. So I don't know. But now the grind returns, the purpose returns. So I think you're going to have a lot of people that may have kind of backed off the game after hitting level 50, coming back to the game. I think some of the level 50 trainers now have a renewed sense of purpose. And I love that. I love that for them. And I love that for the game because people are back on that grind. Even 999 nice throws, not a difficult task by any means, but it's going to take a lot of throws to get that. It could be 1,500, 2,000 throws to get those 999 nice throws. But seeing that little ticker every time, it's just like a little bit of dopamine, just like a little teaspoon. Here you go, a little dopamine for you. How's that taste? How's that taste? Like every single time. So I enjoy that. I love that. I'm so here for it. And I just think that no one wanted to have to wait through the day. No one wanted it. But
no, I don't know.
The fact that, and again, I don't want to make this sound like, oh, I'm licking boots here by defending Niantic and saying they handled this right. I don't think they
lint liquor.
My lint liquor. I don't think they handled it right, but they never did say a time, just objectively. They never said a time. There was some weird stuff. Niantic support, which I'm sorry, Niantic support. I really don't take that as law if I hear that from them because it's probably some employee's first day or a bot or something like that. But I just think more communication or transparent communication would have quelled the anger. And in the 30 minutes leading up to this thing dropping, I mean, people were like at critical mass. And,
I think I sent you a picture and I was like, me waiting for,
I'll pull it up. And I'm like, what is that face? Hold on. Like, I have your mug on the phone right now. He was so mad. It was so good. Oh,
I'm just sitting there and I'm like, when is this going to drop? I'm like, I didn't you have a counter, a timer on the website?
Yeah, oh yeah, I put a countdown, and I was just like, your guess is as good as mine. I was like, it could be 4:00. Oh, Paulie D said no comment about the addition of Lucky Egg to the milestones like 7-day streaks. Yes, more opportunities to not miss out on XP, which is cool. Could be a little cumbersome, sometimes I'm not going to use a Lucky Egg for 10,000 XP. I just won't. But what about the daily adventure egg? A 1K egg that can give you this whole thing of starters.
I like the color.
The color is nice.
Although the incubator itself is like wide and awkward looking. I don't know. That's all I have to say about it.
Adam loves finding something to be mad. No, but
look, no. It's just like why? When all the other incubators like are slim and look somewhat decent. Even like the extra teal one was beautiful. Like bring that one back.
So I heard a lot of people kind of talking up and down about this, and it may not seem like that great a thing to the hardcore player who's hatching eggs like crazy anyway, right? But like 100 episodes ago, we talked about how Niantic was kind of curating this incredible 15 minutes of gameplay between daily adventure incense, routes, things like that. It really was saying like, hey, if you have 15 minutes to play this game, you can experience and touch all these different mechanics in the game. And this is just another petal of the onion, right? This is just another layer that if you only have enough time to walk your dog 1 kilometer, now you just have another layer of gameplay. You might have a 10K egg cooking that's not going to hatch during your dog walk, but now you have a 1K egg that you might be able to get that return from, that return of investment, the investment of actually going for a 1 kilometer walk. So I just think that this 15-minute curated experience, if you're really focused, can be awesome. Because if you like, let's say you see a raid in the distance. Now this is going to take some effort here, but let's say you've added some stops to your neighborhood. Let's say there's some power
you
spots.
wayfarer.
Yeah, you wayfaring fool. But if you have that stuff and you could say, hey, there's a raid down there that I want to do, or a max battle that's down there I want to do. Let me go for a walk. I'm going to throw on a daily adventure incense. I'm going to get 15, potentially 30 minutes of spawns from that. I've got my 1K egg cooking, and I could do a route on the way. And now you have like all these layers of gameplay where for the advanced trainer, for the, the 1%ers, the real podcasters community, that are here listening to the show, like it doesn't seem like that awesome. But to the trainer who's like just getting into the game or looking for stuff to like boost their level, it's just so many layers now that they have to doing all of it. So I'm very excited for all that. I think it's great. And this is going to be something that obviously we can keep track of, over time and constantly check in on. And I just think it's great. I think all the items, I think all the, the Master Ball at 70, so good. The extra storage, so good. I'm glad it's finally here. I think that the community would have really went into meltdown mode if this didn't come out today. So I'm glad that it did. And I'm glad it didn't get to the point where Niantic had to come out and say like, sorry, y'all. Niantic Cat ran across the keyboard again and hit delete. We're going to have to figure this out and we'll let you know about compensation. Bro, it would have been World War III. So I'm happy that didn't happen. But
same.
No, now that it's here, onward and upward. That's all we could say. We'll come back to it. We got plenty of time to come back to it. Oh yeah. Nick in the chat says there was a bug where, how the whole lead up to level 50, they're like, yo, you better get to level 50 so you can get the level 50 jacket. Because if you don't make it to level 50 by October 15th, you ain't getting the jacket. Well, there was a bug that was allowing people that had not reached level 50 to get the level 50 jacket. So people were like, yo, look at me, level 48 rocking the level 50 jacket. And then they took it away. East Met West says JRE is ranting about him taking away his jacket. I saw a post from him earlier going, they better not take away my jacket. They're going to have to pry it from my cold, dead hands. This is like a day one player didn't reach level 50. He's involved in this all day. He's worried about his level 50 jacket. Don't perpetrate a fraud, bro. Get out there and grind. Earn that jacket. But anyway, the level 80 outfit looking like Instinct Tron. Sweet. Looks so good. But I don't know. Let us know your thoughts on not just the update itself, but like how this went down. And I know it's not good. You know, they could have handled this a lot better, but you know what? Que sera. It's just, it is what it is. But something else that happened this week was the release of the weekly challenges. And I do want to talk about the weekly challenges because I was excited for this.
I didn't even see them.
I'm a Pikmin player. There's weekly challenges in Pikmin. I do them every single week. And it's not because they have incredible rewards, just because it's a fun way to like engage with people. It's a fun way to do it. So I was in Purified Podcast stream chat when this dropped. I was like, yo, invite me. And it worked. He invited me. I was like, this is great. We're going to catch Pokemon. I took my dog for a walk at like 12:30 a.m. I was catching Pokemon. This was great. And then by the time I woke up, they had shut it down. I was like, what is happening here? So Niantic support puts out a tweet and says, trainers were aware of an issue where some users are unable to close the weekly challenge completion pop-up, preventing them from continuing gameplay. We have temporarily disabled the weekly challenge feature as we investigate the issue. We'll share an update soon. So still nothing on this, and the feature is still down. So something broke, and they had to pull it. So this was, of course, the internet's opportunity to like sharpen the pitchforks and light the torches, you know. But I don't know. It's I think that this is getting to a point with consistent errors where it's not like, oh, how do I have to worry about how can I defend Niantic? It's like, no, man, I'm not going to defend Niantic. This is a huge game, live service game. This crap is going to happen, but it still doesn't feel good. And it just stinks that it happens so often, so regularly.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's just too frequent.
And then this was followed up with the level 80 debacle. So it was like, bro, not a good look. The optics are bad right now, you know? Like once level 80 came out, things recovered and started healing almost immediately. But it was pretty bad when people were just stuck on that screen. And especially because as soon as it hit, there were some hardcore players that were like, oh, catch 500 Pokemon. We're doing this right now. And they went out, they banged out 50, 500 catches, and then they were stuck. And then, of course, the eggheads figured out like you could go into airplane mode and it would reset and then you could get out of it and all this stuff. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like, I think the post from Niantic, it was, here, I have it at the exact one I have up. JRE Seawolf writes, what does one even say at this point? And I responded with, I don't know, give this a try. Oh, that's a bummer. And then get on with your day. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to be mad about everything like your whole life? Like, no, dude. Like, yeah, it sucks. This is horrible. But I'm not going to, maybe my convictions aren't that, tight, but I'm not going to be like, I'm not playing the game for the rest of the day and protest because they had to pull the challenges because they were broken. It's like, it is what it is, man. But I can tell you for sure, when this comes back online, there won't be a week I miss. I'll do this every single week. And hopefully it ramps up, continues to get developed, and then they throw some difficult stuff in there. I just think it could be a lot of fun. So if you were able to get it done, some people were able to complete it, and it worked fine. Let us know. You're a rock star and all that. So, but I just think in general, when things just don't work, Niantic could do a better job of getting ahead of it early because the community is loud and poignant. So when something's broken, there should be no reason why anyone in the Niantic camp would be like, well, we didn't know. You know what I mean? Because it's like, as soon as something breaks, it's a APB out. You know, they put the bat signal up of, you know, the sinking Niantic ship, you know, going down. It's like this, the second something goes wrong, it's like JRE's like, you know, wakes up from his slumber like, oh, I'm here to bash Niantic, you know. Niantic posted, hold on. Start typing.
But you're here to bash him though.
Because it's fun.
As soon as
oh man. East Met West says they could consider doing optional open beta testing for new features. It's like, I don't know how you do that with a live service game. I just don't. You know, outside of saying like, hey, we're gonna do a closed server, and I know back in the day, like Warcraft would do that and stuff like that. They would have like concurrent servers running. And do you remember when we did? So Adam and I did Twitch Rivals. We did a Pokemon Go promotion for Twitch Rivals. When was that? That had to be like 2020, maybe? I don't remember. But
it was probably
21.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Something like that. But we did a promotion.
I just know it was like it was happening very close to my birthday, so I was very excited.
Oh yeah, it was Adam's birthday this week. That's why we didn't record yesterday. We had Adam's birthday and his son's birthday this week. So happy birthday, Adam! Everybody say happy birthday!
Oh,
Yay.
thank you.
But when we
did, I just went to work. It wasn't anything crazy.
It's because you're.
And then
good
for
man.
Ashton's birthday, I took him and his cousin Colby to Fun Spot up on my work and played a ton. There's like the second we get there, it's like they put 2 quarters in the machine, and like he gets a jackpot. Colby gets a jackpot. Then I put my coin in. I get a jackpot. I'm like, what is this right now?
Nice.
So we left with a lot of tickets.
That's
and
great.
Ashton's been learning to hold on to his tickets. Like he just wants to get something big, so he just keeps holding on to them.
Get which that really Lego
because he's learning about saving, which is cool. Then we just kind of walk the pier down by Weir's Beach, and we got to look at the Mount Washington boat. Ashton's really into boats right now, so like the Titanic and the RMS Olympic.
It's not a good boat. Don't get on that boat, Ashton.
I know, but it's funny. It's like, I don't know. He's got this whole Minecraft world, and he's like literally built the entire Titanic. And he's like, it is so big, and he's awesome. Like down to every detail. It is really cool.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. No, and you know, just getting back to things being broken. It's you know,
my heart is broken.
I just don't know. I don't know what we can do. Like, we can't do anything differently, right? I mean, we can react differently, but I just don't think. I don't know. Oh, the Twitch Rivals thing. When we did this Twitch Rivals thing, we were playing on like a private server, a private Pokemon Go server, and we could talk about this because 1, it was many years ago, and 2, because it was streamed live on Twitch, but we were playing on the game board. All the stops were there and everything, but it was a private game board. It was a private closed server. So the spawns that we were seeing were not visible to other people playing standard Pokemon Go. And so we know that it can be done. We know that there could be concurrent stuff cooking at the same time, but I don't know. I don't know how they could go about testing these features, because obviously they do some degree of testing, right? I think it'd be crazy to think not, but I don't know, man. It's not a good look. I think things keep breaking. It's tough to stay positive. I mean, for someone like me, it's a little easier because I take everything in my life with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I'm going to keep on trucking no matter what. But a lot of people, you know, they catch feelings. So they just get upset about everything. So not good when things don't work. I feel you on that. So let us know how that impacted you. And like, is all this stuff that's breaking consistently, like, I don't know, is this going to make people, I don't know if it's going to turn people off from the game to the point where they're not going to play. I just know they're going to be salty about it. That's pretty much what I'm thinking. All right, let's talk about one more thing before we take a break. And that's going to be the Legends ZA event. That's coming starting tomorrow, actually. Yeah, so it starts tomorrow. And let me pull up this blog here. says, celebrate the release of Pokemon Legends ZA with the Pokemon Go event. This is October 16th through the 20th. Mega raids appearing more frequently. Free timed research. There's a couple evolved to get exclusive moves for Bayleaf, Crocodon, Pignite. Evolving them up to their final evolutions will get you Frenzy Plant, Hydro Cannon, Blast Burn, respectively. And you could also use TM. So if you have existing Meganium for Alligator Embors that don't have those moves, TM into them. Get rid of their non-exclusive moves. New avatar items as well. This was a little bit of an anticlimactic event for me. I kind of thought it would be cool to have like a Zygarde element or a route-based element to this. So that way it would kind of feel, put the Z in Zygarde, I don't know. I just think that starters for me.
That will probably come out and there'll be a Mega Zygarde. That's like the big reveal that they're going to do. And it's just going to be like, oh no, that's why. And then they'll make a huge, that'll be next Go Fest. There you go. We just figured it out.
Yeah.
The ZA game, you'll have a Mega Zygarde, and then all the stuff will be leading up to Go Fest. Like the pre-Go Fest is going to be do a bunch of routes, get your Zygarde energies, increase chances. Man, I just figured it out. There you go. That's Go Fest next year.
Yeah. So let me pull up.
No, it's okay. I thought this year was going to be Eternatus, and it wasn't. It was the Darkest Days.
Yeah.
It really would have been cool though to have Eternatus as a Go Fest. Like the big giant boss, everybody battles it.
A lot of pockets to reach into at Go Fest.
Yeah.
It's the best. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk Mega Rayquaza. We'll talk Into the Wild. And I just want to talk about, we've talked about spending and stuff ad nauseum, but specifically I want to talk about this multi-layered spending where it's not like, hey, I'm going to approach this weekend event. I'll throw $5 to buy the ticket. It's like, no, I've already thrown $7 or $8 to buy the Go Pass Deluxe. I've already spent $5 on the event ticket. Now I got to buy another Go Pass. Like, that's the stuff I want to talk about. Is it too much? We'll get into it, but we'll be back.
It's always too much.
Right after this. Hi, chat. We're going to talk about.
Yo, chat. What's going on?
Everybody hydrate so you don't dehydrate.
I already hydrated.
Grandpa says he just got 3 lucky friends from opening gifts. Increased lucky rates, bro. Level 70. I can't wait to see those numbers, though. Some actual, test cases of, how much more frequent will a lucky rate be at level 70. Hope it's significant. All right. I see Fran said I was one of them. Hold up. Let's open some gifts. Adam, I'm opening your gift. I can't remember the last time I did this. We didn't go lucky. All right, I'm just going to open a couple gifts here and then we'll get back into this. Just to see if I go lucky with anyone. Mythical Hitch. Come on, Mythical Hitch. All right. Just Will. No. Shiny Carol. Shiny Carol, come on. She gave me a hundo Blissey once in a trade. Nope. All right. Well, I'm ready to get back into this, Adam. I don't know about you.
I'm just sipping my water.
Sipping on my scissor. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And we are back from our break. Thank you so much for that. I just want to take a moment to do a little housekeeping. You can support the Lured Up podcast and the Pokemon Professor Network on Patreon over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor for as little as $1 a month. So head over to patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. Support a collective of hardworking part-time creators that have a passion for Pokemon podcasting and the community here at the Pokemon Professor Network. At $1, you get a lifetime membership to our Discord, weekly invites to our Zoom meetings. We've got all a bunch of different stuff going on over there. Make sure you check it out. But I want to take a moment to recognize some of our patrons. A huge thanks to our gym leaders, Ben, Brandy, Espy and Willow, Herbert, KJ the Man, and Maddie G. Shout out to our newest patron, Nick, who joined this week at the Discord tier. And special thanks to our executive producer, Xander, as well as the other executive producers on the network, Monkey Bread, Kate the Cons, and Tish Smith. So check out PokemonProfessor.com for everywhere you can connect with us, grab some merch, leave reviews, download all the shows, check out all the other shows in the network. We would appreciate it very, very much. Also, we are going to be offering a new Lured Up tier on our Patreon for completely ad-free content. We talked about a couple weeks ago. We signed a deal with Pickaxe, and we're working with a new network, a larger scale network that does some advertising for us now. So you might have heard like a Carvana ad at the top of the show or something like that. But we will be offering ad-free content via an exclusive feed through Patreon for $2. So we'll post that as we get that up and running.
Now that's even more worth it.
Yeah,
I want that.
All right, let's get into Rayquaza. Adam, I think you should just really start things off with a little song and dance. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for
battle
a little
party. Ooh, ooh, battle party. Ooh, ooh.
All right, we're talking Mega Rayquaza here, and we saw this in the blog Saturday, October 18th, 2 to 5. So this Saturday, not trade day, but hold some of those back to get your special trades in on Sunday. Remote raid pass limit up to 20. 5 additional free raid passes by spinning gyms. The $5 ticket, we always rave about the ticket. It's always a good deal for 8 additional passes.
I mean,
for
you're the one
14.
that raves about it. I don't ever rave about it.
Well, because you're at work, bro. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you on that one. But it is a good value. But, dude, Mega Rayquaza, man, this is something that will bring a lot of people out. If you've got special trades with your community.
Are you sure it won't keep a lot of people on their toilets as
it may.
A remote raider?
It may, bro. I'm so done with remote raids, man. I'm like maximum 3 remote raids a week. I'm trying to stay away, bro. I'll do my in-person stuff. We did 50 megas last week, 2 weeks ago. So it's like, I can imagine this like creeping into the 60, 70 raid range in person on the ground. So that's the life I'm trying to live. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'll get there. But we're going to be taking a look at 2 different websites as we usually do. Pokemon Go Hub and PokeBattler for raid guides here. So let's take a look at Go Hub first. And this article was put together by a tutor. It says Mega Rayquaza is a dragon flying type mega legendary raid boss. The best counters, of course, are going to be ice, has double weakness to ice. So it's also weak to fairy, rock, dragon. So you have some options here. Ice is really the way you want to go. And it says here that you could do it with 3 high-level trainers. I'm thinking you might be able to duo this, so that should be a fun challenge. If we're looking at Go Hub's ranks of counters here, it says White Kyurem at the top, Black Kyurem, followed by Mega Rayquaza. This is an interesting lead. We usually see Megas leading the charge. Not this time. We've got Ice, White Kyurem up on top. So White Kyurem, Black Kyurem, followed by Mega Rayquaza, Shadow Mamoswine up there, Shadow Aurorus, again, a unique Pokemon, but you could spec it with Frost Breath and Weather Ball, which is pretty neat. Mega Gardevoir with Triple Axle, Ice move. Eternatus, if you want to run some dragons, Eternatus with Dragon Tail, Dynamax Cannon. Mega Garchomp, regular Mamoswine is up there. Even Shadow Mewtwo with Ice Beam, if you want like some serious high DPS. Nothing's really going to beat the DPS, though, of White Kyurem. Sick DPS, 42.96 damage per second, which is pretty epic. Where are our numbers here? Let me pull up the numbers. The numbers you're going to be looking for Hundos. 2191 with no weather boost. So that's CP again for the 100%. 2191. And weather boosted in windy weather, 2739. So 2191, $27.39. Let's jump over to Pokebattler. Also, the same top 5. White Kyurem, Black Kyurem, Eternatus, Shadow Mamoswine, Rayquaza, Mega Rayquaza. Strong top 5 here. It's pretty clear what you should be bringing. And with the strength of some of these Pokemon, as you'll see with my battle party, it kind of gives you a little bit of flexibility to bring some fun stuff if you wanted to. Mega Gardevoir is here, Mega Garchomp, Abomasnow, even Mega Glalie is up in here. Shadow Weavile. Yo, I have like a 98 maxed out Shadow Weavile. Maybe I should bring that. Mamoswine, Shadow Regigigas with Ice, Hidden Power. Shadow Mewtwo with Ice Beam is up here as well. Baxcalibur, and that's what I'm going to be bringing. So if I pull up my battle party, let's pull this up on screen here for the video viewers. I'm going to be bringing 2 White Kyurems, 2 Black Kyurems, Baxcalibur, and my current buddy that I'm working on, a Chansey named Secret Tunnel. You know, dude.
Secret Tunnel.
Stuck in the head. Here we go. Everybody's singing it. Everybody's singing it now. It's the way to go.
All right. And then I chose to go pretty chill. I went with Mega Gardevoir, 100% Mamoswine, 100% Garchomp, 100% Glaceon, 100% Weavile, and 100% Aurorus.
This is a pretty strong hundo lineup, dude. This is pretty good. This is really good.
Yeah, actually. They'll die pretty quick, but they'll do some damage.
Nick says I choose recommended party. Yo, I don't front, bro. Team recommended is something I consistently play with all the time. I'm always playing with Mega Team recommended. And I remember it was so funny. Someone called me out. I forget 2 raid events ago. They listened to the podcast and we had a battle party and they're like, yo, did you bring your battle party? And I'm like, no, I brought team recommended. I had the party built and I still brought the team recommended. I was like, what's wrong with me? Why am I like this? I don't know. But no, bring your ice Pokemon.
Yeah, see, if I have the party, it behooves me because it'll be like a minute or whatever. It'll be really close to the time that the raid's starting. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I have the party. And I swipe over as quick as possible. And I always go a little too far and it's like not the right party. And I'm like, there's only 4 Pokemon. Switch out.
Yeah, or I'll get my like gym sweep party or something like that. But now bring your ice Pokemon. Tag us. Let us know what you're going to be bringing for Mega Rayquaza. I know you're going to be out there raiding it. Let us know how you do. Did you get the Shundo? We still don't know what the meteorite situation is going to be here, for Dragon Ascent. So,
well, yeah. Why would they tell us that? So, yeah. I mean, communication.
I don't remember what
every relation
the meteorite drop rate was the last time it was around, but it was rare. It was low because people were doing like 40, 50 raids, getting like 1 meteorite, 2 meteorites. So we'll see. We'll see how many we get. But that, we'll report back. But tag us. Let us know who you're bringing. Let us know how you do. Any Shundos, man. This is like one of the most prized Shundos you could possibly get. Such a badass Shundo. So let us know. Let us know how you do. And yeah, we'll talk about it next week. All right. Last topic of the day, or last event of the day, is a little wild, a little dark and fairy event that we have going on leading into Wild area, which is pretty cool. It's called Into the Wild, Monday, November 10th to Friday, November 14th. So we're way out in November. But I wanted to talk about this because this is the event right before Wild area. So we got a bunch of shiny potential Pokemon here that are here. If you notice, it's a pretty good encounter list. Are people going to be upset at this? Or is this enough? Because what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 encounters. They're letting us know 11. I think last time they gave us 3 or something like that. So there should be no complaints here. I know it's a lot. Toxtricity is going to be in 4-star max battles. That's super exciting. But get this raid lineup over these days. On Monday the 10th, Shadow Lugia, Shadow Ho-Oh. Awesome lineup. On Tuesday, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele. Epic. On Wednesday, Duskmane Necrozma. And then Thursday, the other Tapus, Bulu and Feeny. And then Friday, Dawnwings Necrozma. This is going to be an amazing week of raids. I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome. And then, the Tapus will know their featured moves, the Nature's Madness. On the blog, they do show the background. It's pretty cool. And then the remote raid limit bumped up to 30 from Monday to Friday there. And then it kind of tails off over the weekend. But they slid this in here. Charge TM to get rid of frustration during this event. So if you forgot to do it during the last Taken Over event, now's your chance. And new avatar items and stickers. But here we go.
Like, what a weird thing to put in there. You know? I mean, I guess because there's
Shadow Lugia and Shadow Ho.
And Ho-Oh.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, just kidding. Forget I said anything.
But
it all makes sense now.
There's a $5 Ready for the Wild ticket that you can get. And
that you can get, Ken. You can get it.
That I probably already bought. It's not even in the store yet. No, I buy everything. I'm the biggest sucker ever. But hold on, let's get down here. There we go. I think it's important to talk about, though, that you have your global ticket, $11.99, coming off the heels of the Halloween event, where we have a October Go Pass, a Halloween Go Pass, multiple Go Passes. Are they going to continue to do event-specific Go Passes? And if they do that, should there be an event ticket? Or should this all be one purchase? Because I think that there's going to be trainers out there that are like, do I want to buy the event ticket or do I want to buy the Go Pass? Because yes, there's a free version of the Go Pass, but it's not going to give you the silver bottle cap, which Adam could have used on his Pokemon, but instead he used the gold bottle cap. But silver bottle cap being introduced in the game. So there's a lot going on here. I just don't know. I don't know about the culture of spending that this game has created, because now we're talking about multiple layers. And for the completionist, for the person like me that has to buy everything, it's like, dude, it's just so much. It's too much. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that. When you have like these overlapping Go Passes, overlapping month-long tickets, and then individual event tickets. What's the deal here, man? Like, is this sustainable?
No. Like, I just, like, some events are like, they're worth it. Like, I probably should have bought the harvest one just to get extra apples and spawns and stuff, but I didn't. And it's like, I don't want to have to buy a ticket for the event to feel like an event.
Yeah.
And I feel like every ticket is like that.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not an event unless you buy into it.
Well, that's
yes, there's an event going on, but you can't access all the cool things unless you buy the cool thing, buy the ticket, and then you can get the cool things.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Inspired Danny in the chat saying, didn't they say there would be research meteorites? All right, there you go. Yeah, I think that's the culture where, you know, they'll be quick to say like, hey, this is all optional. You don't have to buy the $5 ticket, but the event's not going to be as nearly as compelling or nearly as engaging or exciting if you don't. And especially if you're out with a group and they all have the ticket, it's like, yeah, you're going to be the one that gives up on raids early. You're not going to buy the $5 Mega Rayquaza ticket. You're going to leave an hour into the event, or do you want to stay and play and hang out with your friends?
No, you could play and just play in a different way. You don't have to raid with everyone. You can catch Pokemon.
I'll just be catching Pidgeys in the corner. I don't know, man. It's just kind of Likeable Monster says, you want to be the very best, don't you? Yes, that's why I buy everything. And that's also why I can't buy the groceries I want when I go to the grocery store. Bro, one of these days I'll be able to afford cashews. That's all I want. That's the measure. That's the barometer I have for financial success in life. It's just like
we roast those at my work.
How do you know you're doing well? Because I go down the nut aisle. I buy some macadamia nuts and some raw cashews.
That's a lot of nut.
Oh man, but no, it's exciting that the Go Pass Deluxe has the silver bottle cap. Hyper training's awesome. I love that. A lot of content there. But it's just when it's on top of an event ticket, on top of a monthly pass, on top of consumables, it's getting to be a lot. It's one thing that, because what this scaled from was, okay, we've got a couple tickets a month, Community Day Classic, $2, whatever. So now there's 3 or 4 $5 tickets. There's a $7.99 Go Pass. There's an additional Go Pass for an event exclusive thing. Plus your consumables. It's just the ramp up has been so quick because it used to be like we were kind of up in arms that every event had a ticket. Well, now it's not only does every event have a ticket, but there's also these overarching expenses on top of that. So I would just love to hear from the community. How does this make you feel? Do you feel like you're missing out? Because my body, my soul won't let me skip these events because I'm just so addicted, right? I'm so tied in. It's like, yeah, I got to buy the $5 ticket. Yeah, I got to buy the deluxe version of the Go Pass. Yeah, I got to buy the event exclusive Go Pass. I'm all in on it. And I'm fine with that. Like I may not be able to buy cashews, but I could buy the Go Pass Deluxe. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think? Let us know.
That's the most absurd thing I've heard all day.
Bro, one of these days I'll get them cashews.
I may not be able to afford cashews, but I can afford the Go Pass Deluxe ticket. Like, really?
Cashews are expensive.
Priorities.
My priorities, I am aligned with my priorities right now. I'm okay buying the Go Pass Deluxe. And
but your chakra is telling me that it needs cashews right now.
I do need some cashews, bro. Cashews would be so good right now. Some raw cashews. Yeah, that's what I need. I need some nuts.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
for everybody listening.
Email us, luredup@pokemonprofessor.com. You could call us 732-835-8639. Let us know what you're doing here. Are you buying the event tickets on top of the monthly Go Pass, on top of the event Go Passes? Are you sitting one out? Let us know where you're at because it's getting to be a lot and it's getting consistent. So this happens month after month after month. I'm not like Adam. I can't speak negatively with my wallet, only positively. I can only spend.
I just speak with my wallet by not buying everything. Just saying.
Nice.
I mean, some stuff is worth buying because it's like fun and it's exciting, but other stuff is like, do I really need those passes? Do I really need that extra doohickey?
Yeah, you do. Oh, what about the bug, the visual bug in the game where it kept saying at level 100 of the October Go Pass you get a lucky trinket? People were like, they added a lucky trinket. It's like, no, they didn't, bro. It's a bug. Anyway, like I said, email us luredup@pokemonprofessor.com. Call us 732-835-8639. Thank you so much to everyone that's here in the chat. We appreciate it. Thank you to everyone listening in your ear holes. We appreciate you so much. Adam, is that a show?
I actually do, in fact, think that was a show.
Thank you so much. Keep training, trainers. We'll see you